Hey everybody, it's YGO Paladin, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the brand new cards that were just revealed that will be in the Legendary Duelist Pack 6. Now, we did get 3 cards of each from Jaden to Yuya. None of Yugi's cards because we already got those way back. And yeah, I have not read any of these cards, so this is going to be probably a long reaction video so I can actually process what these cards do. Normally, I would record myself recording this so you can actually see me, but I will put it down in the description down below why I won't be doing that probably for a little while. So with that, let's just get straight into these cards. I'm actually very excited to see what these cards do. So the first card we're going to talk about is Elemental Hero Sunriser. It is a level 7 Light Warrior Fusion monster with 2500 attack and 1200 defense. Its materials are 2 hero monsters with different attributes. Okay, so somewhat generic. Must be fusion summoned. You can use each effect among the first and third effects with this card's name only once per turn. First effect is that if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. I don't know. Wow, Miracle Fusion. Okay. Second effect is monsters you control gain 200 attack for every different attribute among the monsters you control. Okay. Third effect is that when an attack is declared involving another monster you control, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Oh, okay. Hey, I like that. Okay, so this card is not terrible. The materials, I like how it's somewhat generic. The only problem I kind of see with that, with today's hero decks, is that most of them are dark. Yeah, like a good majority of them are dark, but if you have to run Miracle Fusion now, this is kind of a target to go into it, so that's not terrible, honestly. So the fact that you can also search a Miracle Fusion is actually pretty cool. The third effect I do like, though. I kind of wish, though, it would have done itself, because it says when an attack is declared involving another hero. I kind of wish it would have done it for itself as well. So that's not terrible. I kind of like this card. I don't know how well it's going to be played in it, but it's not. Thank God it's not a Blade Edge fusion, because I was kind of a little worried about that. So yeah, that card gets an approval from me. Yeah, I like it. So let's go on to the next card. Okay, wait, that nice artwork for Flame Wingman. So we have Favorite Hero. It's an equip spell card. Okay, interesting. Equip only to a level 5 or higher hero monster. You can only use the second effect of this card's names once per turn. The first effect is that while there is a card in your field zone, the equipped monster gains attack equal to its original defense. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Interesting. Second effect is that at the start of the battle phase, you can activate one field spell from your hand or deck. Huh. Third effect is that when the attacking equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard. The monster that attack can make a second attack in a row. Very interesting here. So it kind of seems like they want you to play Skyscraper, though. I don't think we will be playing that. So it's interesting overall. I don't think it's gonna be played as well, but I don't know. Maybe for those like fun hero decks, possibly, but in a competitive hero deck, no, I don't see this card being used at all. So, yeah, not too much to say about this card, but I do like how you can activate one from the hand or deck, so that's kind of funny. That's, like, interesting in that you can activate Skyscraper. So, let's go on to the next card, which is a trap card called Magistry Alchemist. It's a normal trap. Could only activate 1 card with this name per turn. Effect is that banish 4 hero monsters from your graveyard and or face-up field. Then target 1 hero monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, ignoring its summon conditions. And if earth, water, fire, and wind attributes are among the monsters you banish to activate this effect, double the summon monster's original attack. And if you do, negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. That's actually pretty interesting. Like, that's good. But at the same time, how often are you going to be doing an earth, water, fire, and wind? These are like the OG heroes. Yeah, Electromite's in the artwork too. Is it Electrum, right? Elemental Hero Electrum. Battling against Ravael. That's actually pretty nostalgic right there for a GX fan. So this card is interesting. I don't think it's gonna be played, but I kind of do like that you can special summon any hero from your graveyard. Just the big oof is that you have to banish 4 heroes. So I don't think this is gonna be played as well, but it's an interesting concept, especially when it has the whole earth, water, fire, and wind. If you banish it, you get the big plus right there. So that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, overall, this is all for the Jaden support. Right now, I see only the hero actually doing anything, but the spell and the trap, I do not see them being played in any deck whatsoever. But I could be wrong. So, yeah, I think we still have one more card coming out for him. So that could also determine what what's going to be brought to us. It could be another main deck monster. That'd be actually really cool. But it depends on their effects. So this is all for Jaden. So let's go on to Yusei. And starting off with Yusei's cards, we have Satellite Warrior. It's a new synchro monster, and I love the callback to the satellite. I like that. So Satellite Warrior, level 10 Dark Warrior. Interesting, level 10. Dark Warrior synchro monster, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Its requirements are one tuner and one or more non-tuner synchro monsters. Okay, that makes so much more sense. That's why it's a level 10. You can only use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's names only once per turn. First effect, if this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your graveyard. Destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 1000 attack for each card destroyed by this effect. Hey, that's not bad. That's actually pretty cool. Second effect, that if this synchro summon card is destroyed, you can special summon up to 3 level 8 or lower warrior synchron and or stardust synchro monsters with different names from your graveyard. Damn, that's actually pretty nuts. Okay. I'm kind of on board with this card. This card's actually not that bad. In terms of a synchro deck, what can you do with that in a synchro? Because this comes out in January. The set comes out in January. So it's not like I can say we could do that Dark Warrior synchro deck. Maybe it can come back because now we got Mali to 3. That's actually pretty cool. But like I said, this comes out in January, so I'm kind of thinking of that if a ban list kind of hits Mali again. But I don't know. I like this effect. There's something about this that I like. I like that you can pop cards and then it gains 1000 for each card. So that's pretty cool, and I like the second effect. That's actually pretty decent. It just depends what you're going to be running with the deck, because a lot of people don't run the Warriors, Synchros, or Stardust much anymore, and these have to be Synchron, right? Or Synchro. Special summon out to 3 level 8 or lower Warriors, Synchron, and or Stardust Synchro monsters with different names in your group. Yeah, so I'm not sure what you will be running if, like, say, that Dark Warrior Synchro deck actually did something. I don't know if you run any of those categories in the extra deck. But overall, you probably just be using it for the first effect. So I do like that card. Okay, so let's move on to the next card, which we have Satellite Synchron. Okay, another Synchron. Level 2 Dark Warrior Machine Tuner monster. 700 attack, 1000 defense points. You can only use each effect of this card's first and second effects once with this card's name once per turn. First effect is that if a monster or monsters is special summon from your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Hey, that's actually good. I like that. The second effect is that if there is a synchro monster or monsters on your field and or in your graveyard, warrior, synchron, or stardust in its original name, you can make this card's level 4 until the end of this turn. So it seems like they're really trying to utilize all 3 of these categories into like one archetype. Kind of like how Yuma had the whole go, do, like the onomatopoeia archetype. They all came together. So this is actually, I like the first effect. The first effect is really good. I don't know how often this will be played. It could be some kind of spicy tech to go into something, but if it's a monster special summon from the graveyard, so that's the thing that I need to like really consider. Because something like Mali, then that wouldn't help because special summon from the deck. What special summons from the graveyard? I guess it's trying to, since this is a Yusei build, it's probably trying to go for like when Junk Synchron is summoned, you special summon a level 2 or lower from the graveyard, and you special summon this from your hand. Maybe. So you can go into Junk Warrior and then, I don't know, synchro for something. So this card is interesting, to say the least. So yeah, it's cool. So let's go on to the last card, it seems, for Yusei, and that is Scrap Iron Signal. Hey, and it's a counter trap too. It's a counter trap. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. First effect is that when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a synchro monster that requires a synchro material, monsters as material, negate the activation. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. Wow. Okay, so the thing is that this card seems good in theory, but you need to have a synchro monster that requires synchro monsters as material. So, there could be a way of doing this, but at the same time, I don't see this as being that great. If it didn't have, if all you had to do was control a synchro monster, I think that would have been busted. But just no, it's not. It doesn't have that. So this card gets an okay from me, but it's not like ooh, like really really great. So these are the cards from Yusei. I have to say they kind of hit it out of the park with the Satellite Warrior, but with the other two, they do kind of have some restrictions in terms of like they had to be all these cards had to be like categorized into one deck sort of, because Yusei didn't have like an archetype. He had just a bunch of these synchrons of warriors or machines and warriors and stuff like that. So I get what they're trying to do, but it's kind of difficult when all these cards require them to have a synchron warrior or Stardust synchros in the graveyard, or a synchro monster that requires synchro materials. So that's gonna be interesting. But again, they only have to have 3 cards here, so we probably are getting one more card, and that can help determine whether or not to give us like full perspective of what they're trying to do with these cards. So yeah, overall pretty decent. And I'm wondering if we'll see Satellite Warrior being played in any deck. So with that, guys, that's for the Yusei. So let's go on to the next person. And the next support seems to be Yuma. Sorry, Yuma. So this is the Ga Magician. It's a rank 4 Dark Spellcaster Xyz effect monster, 2000 attack, 2000 defense. 2 level 4 monsters, very generic. You can only use the first effects of this card's names once per turn. First effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 XC monster in your graveyard, except Ga Magician. Special summon it, but negate its effects. Okay. Second effect, a Utopic Future XC monster that has this card as a material gains this effect. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 XC monster you control. Until the end of this turn, its attack becomes 4,000, but negate its effects. So kind of underwhelming, honestly. This card's okay, but it's not the push that Ga needed or anything, or even Dododo or the Onomatopoeia. Let's call that archetype Onomatopoeia. So I don't know. It's just not. Doesn't seem to be doing anything really. So I guess it's okay, but nah. I think they could have done a little bit more with this card. So hopefully the next cards are actually better. So let's move on. We have Dododo Dwarf Go Glove. Interesting. So it's a level 4 Earth Rock effect monster, 0 attack, 1800 defense. You can only use the effects among the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. First effects, during your main phase, you can special summon 1 Zubaba or Ga monster from your hand. So that I like that. Something like that. It's pretty good. Second effect, if this card's in your graveyard while you control a Go or Dododo monster other than Dododo Dwarf Go Golf, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You see, okay, something like this is actually what the archetype kind of needs. It needs something like this, but the Xyz, the payoff for it, is not that great. This card's good, but they should have done something a little bit better with the Ga monster. I don't know. I don't know exactly what their thought process was when they made that Ga Xyz, but this is good. I think they did have another card back. I didn't even actually really read what those cards did. Maybe I'll do an updated video talking about those 1 cards that were revealed for each of them, because I really didn't get to talk about those cards either. So overall, I like this monster. Pretty good. So let's move on to the last card, which is Future Drive. It's a quick play spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. First effects, you can target 1 Utopic Future Xyz monster you control. Apply these effects of that monster to you control for the rest of the turn. Wait, hold on. Apply these effects to that monster you control for the rest of this turn. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Okay. Second is that if this card battles an opponent's monster, negate that opponent's monster's effect during the damage step only. Alright. And third effect is that each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Okay, so it can attack all your opponent's monsters, and then even with that third effect is that it can inflict damage. So not necessarily terrible, but you need a Utopic Future. Are there any other Utopic Futures even out there? Yeah, right? Okay, so I guess, but I don't know. I really don't know where this archetype was trying to go, this Onomatopoeia archetype. So not really going to glance over these Yuma cards. They're okay. The only good one I think was the Dododo Dwarf, but the other two not necessarily that great. I think they should have had like their own card where they don't have to go with Utopia cards. I think they should have been their own archetype. So that kind of gets a thumbs down for me when trying to go into Utopia plays, because I think they should have done their own archetype. I really was hoping they would have done that, but I guess we'll just have to see if they have any support that actually supports their own archetype and not just Utopia. So yeah, not very great support here for Yuma. So hopefully this last support will be good. This support for Yuya. So Yuya was the one I'm very interested in because we got the artwork for that one Perform Pal monster and it's here. Okay, it is a Perform Pal monster, so that's interesting. So we got Perform Pal Amphion Magician. Okay, I was expecting it was going to be a Supreme King card or something like that. So it's a level 4 Dark Spellcaster Pendulum Effects, Pendulum Scale 8, 1500 attack and 1000 defense. Its pendulum effect is that you can activate the first effect with this card's name once per turn. When exactly one Fusion, Synchro, or XC monster you control now special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon the destroyed monster, then destroy this card. Okay, so that's interesting. I'll talk about it towards after I read the monster effect. Monster effect: you can activate the first effect. Monster effect with this card's name once per turn. First effect: during your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can activate this effect. Apply these effects for the rest of this turn, depending on the monster card types among the other monsters you currently control. Fusion: this card could attack directly. Synchro: your opponent cannot activate monster effects. Hey, that one's actually pretty good. Xyz: this card's attack becomes double its original attack. Okay. Pendulum: during the end phase, add one pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. There is some searching ability with this. So this card, I don't know exactly what to say about this card. I like the pendulum effect, but it has to be a Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz that gets destroyed, not a pendulum monster. So I don't know what to say about this card. I like it, but I honestly thought, just from the artwork alone, I thought it was going to be a Supreme King card because it has, look at it. It's like Zark. But I guess it's okay. But the second effect is just, it's really situational what you control, I guess. Hold on, let me reread that. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can activate this effect, applying these effects for the rest of the turn depending on the monster types among the monsters you could currently control. Okay, yeah, so just depends on what you control. Can either make this card good or just So I have to say this card's okay, but not like OP or anything like that. So let's move on to a spell card, Smile Action. I guess they're really trying to do the Smile archetype. It's a field spell. Oh, okay, I missed that. It is a field spell. First effect is that when this card resolves, each player can banish up to 5 spells from their graveyards face down. Interesting. Second effect, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, activate this effect. The attack player can apply this effect. Okay. Add one random card banished by this card's effect to your hand. Then you can discard it, and if you do, negate the attack. If you do not discard it, any battle damage you take for the rest of this turn becomes double. So this is actually they're actually trying to do like, what do you call those action spells that they used in the anime. So interesting. I don't know if this card's gonna be played because it's very generic. You can do it, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept when they're trying to do this as a field spell card. So yeah, interesting. That's all I can really say about this card. And lastly, we have Pendulum Dimension. Continuous trap card. First effect: when you special summon a monster of the following type using a pendulum monster or monsters as material while this card's in your spell and trap card zone, you can activate the appropriate effect, but you cannot apply the same effect of Pendulum Dimension again this turn. Fusion: special summon one monster from your deck of defense with the same original level as that fusion monster, but negate its effects. Synchro: add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. Okay. Xyz: take one tuner from your deck whose level is lower than or equal to that Xyz monster's rank and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Okay, so, huh. This is interesting. I kind of like how they don't even like apply to their own ways. Like you could add a polymerization from deck to your hand if you summoned a synchro, not a fusion. And the fusion has the synchro monster material, I guess, and the XCs, I don't know, kind of just has almost its XCs, but yeah, it's actually interesting. It's an interesting trap card. I don't think it's gonna be played because it's a trap card, but I don't know. It has some interesting concept to it. So looking at these Yuya cards, I gotta say the spell card's a little bit more intriguing than the other two, just because of the way it's built to be kind of like the action field spell, the action fields that are actually in the anime. So yeah, not too much to say about these cards. I think they're okay, but I don't think they're gonna be exactly what Pendulum decks or perform how decks needed. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait to see. Every person's gonna have one more card, so that can either help make or break their archetype. But I'll do a follow-up video when we get those cards. Yeah, so leave your thoughts about these cards down below in the comment section, because I'm really interested in what you guys think about these cards. And am I being too critical with these cards? I know I was looking forward to the heroes a little bit more, but they kind of seem a little lackluster. And I'm kind of disappointed with the Yuma cards. I was kind of hoping they become their own archetype now, but this still seems to revolve around Utopia, so I don't really like that. But again, I could be too critical with these cards. They could be amazing. I'm just maybe not seeing the bigger picture. Kind of like when that Magician Souls was announced for Dark Magician. I didn't look at the big picture that it was actually used for Spiral. So I don't know as of now, but with the ban list, but I mean, still Spiral support. So comment down below, guys, what you guys think about this, because I'm really interested to know what you guys think about these cards. And yeah, so that was actually my reaction for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. And like I said, we do have one more card each coming out, and I'll do a follow-up video when those cards do get announced. And I'll also probably talk about the cards that I didn't talk about that were revealed a little while ago. Each of them already have one card revealed for these characters from Jaden to Yuya, and I didn't talk about them. So if you guys want to see that, hit the like button, and just let me know down in the comment section if you want me to include those cards, because I definitely will if you guys want to still hear my opinions about those cards. So with that, guys, I'll see you all in the next video.